so high, where are you now? In the rain, my angel came. In the rain, my angel came. In the rain, my angel came. I'm just sitting here, oh, I'm still missing you. Thunder roar, giving me the blues. Too many times I think of you. I remember the times I feel like you. Oh my, how the sparks still burn. Keep me in the sky. I'm so high. Oh my, how the sparks burn. I'm so high. Where are you now? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another Monday Conversations with a Masterful Raconteur. Yours truly, Florida's own. I am the right kind of different. How y'all doing this evening? Today is Monday. Yeah, did you have a good day today? Well, I hope so. Yesterday, I spent the evening emceeing a program in Jacksonville. The event was speaking to mental health issues. It was a very successful turnout. And being the MC, they surprised me, gave me this gift. Look at that. Florida Gators. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nice, isn't it? I appreciate that. They were so classy and cool to gift me like that. I was happy to do that, and I look forward to the next time. Today I want to talk about gentrification. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? How many of you in your neighborhood, man, have been impacted by gentrification? Is gentrification a bad thing? What is it? Oh man, I tell you, I just want to get some feedback from some people. So if you're watching me today, leave a comment, leave a remark, say something in the in the comment section what your thoughts are on gentrification. Before I jump all the way into that, I want to remind you that I have my own streaming platform. It's called bbinging.com, where I have all of my original films and stage plays and stuff like that on there. It's a subscription website. You can support me with $2.99 by subscribing, and that money will go towards my GoFundMe for my new film, She the Player. So thank you for support. Actually, as we speak right now, I don't know what time it is in Tokyo, Japan, but the film festival that House of April 1st, my movie, I submitted it to the festival, and that festival started officially today. And the email notification that they gave me was at 6 o'clock, somewhere in the neighborhood of that. House of April 1st is being screened in Tokyo, Japan, as I speak. Yes, my boy Uncle Clean would say, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. So shout out to the cast of House of April 1st over in Japan, where they make a lot of horror movies and Godzilla movies and stuff like that. They're loving our movie right now, So I'm very, very proud of that. But anyway, also just to mention my GoFundMe, um, we've raised so far right now just over $1,500, and we still have a long ways to go. I want to appeal to somebody to support us. I will attach the GoFundMe link on these posts. I'm using 3 different devices, and I will post the GoFundMe link shortly after I finish uh, running my mouth today. And I just want to appeal to somebody to support us, because the reason why I share with you about the stuff I got going on with my movies and stuff, I hope that serves as evidence to many of you that I'm doing the work. Of course, me along with my fantastic cast and crew, we're doing the work. And so we could use your support for that. Any amount, we'll be grateful for it. Or you can just go to GoFundMe.com, put my name, Barry McLeod, in there in the search bar, or put Sheeta Player in the search bar. It will route you to our GoFundMe page and donate us any amount. And we thank you for it. Now, let's jump on in. Gentrification. I was just, man, I was riding through um, Northwest Fifth Avenue in Gainesville. If you're a Gainesville native, if you know anything about Gainesville, especially uh, from the old days up to more recent years, man, wow, gentrification is real. It is just so amazing to me how it's like, if you had not seen what it looked like before the reconstruction and the rebuilding and all of that took place, you would not even have a way of imagining what it was. Northwest Fifth Avenue. I can remember as a child, my uncles, my cool uncles, and their partners, they would come by grandma's house. They'd be decked all out in their nice, fancy clothes. Some of you old schoolers from the 70s, you know about Eleganza catalog and Flag Brothers catalog. I could not wait to get old enough to wear some of them clothes, man. They were so cool, and they'd be headed to Fifth Avenue, and Fifth Avenue was on and popping, man. And the Mr. Fletcher's, who was a pillar in the community, uh, man, it was just really, really special. So many wonderful, cool, fantastic people in all different categories, you know, uh, hung out on Fifth Avenue. There's so much history there. And um, you go there now, and it's changed. It's changed so much. It, and so I was watching just last week. I met Terry Bailey. For those of you who are in Gainesville area or wherever, if you want to Google her, she has a documentary, um, and I don't remember the name of it right now, but maybe you could Google Terry Bailey documentary. And I was sitting there watching a documentary. It's 2 parts. I think she says she's going to do more parts, but on YouTube there's 2 parts. And I was watching it, and she said something about the Porter's area. For those of you who are familiar with this area, Porter's Quarters. Man, it was jamming. It was on and popping over there too. And in the documentary, she talked about the famous Ike's Pool Hall, that they had built a house there. And it shocked me because I had not been through Porter's in the heart of it, where, all the activity was back in the day. I hadn't been through there in quite some time. So when she said they had built a house where Ike's was, I had to go see that for myself. So um, I rode through there and I was like, man, it's true. Shazam, as Goma Powell used to say. Shazam. And I was like, ooh, wow. And you know, when you think about it, house get built, it's possible that the person who would live in the house would have absolutely no inkling of an idea of the history of the very grounds that that house exists on, you know. And so I was just blown away when I saw that. I was like, dang, man. So I rode through some of the side streets and I saw some people in their yards, and it's like, wow, there was a time when certain people would not go in those areas and those neighborhoods, man. They just wouldn't do it. On Fifth Avenue, it was extremely rare that you saw people who were not from that area uh, come down that way. They might go down Main Street, I'm at 6th Street, University Avenue, 13th Street, up 8th Avenue, right through the heart of 5th Avenue. And it's not like it was a place where they could not, they just would not. And um, and now you see all of these new people, and this is amazing. They built so many apartments. They've torn down so many of the houses and homes, um, and built new apartments and stuff. There wasn't an apartment complex there called Seminary Lane, and I remember when my oldest son was born, him and his mother, they lived in Seminary Lane, and all his buddies and stuff who they were like some cool young people. They treated me like unk. Even way back then, I would see them standing on the corner, and they were not getting into trouble or anything. That's just hanging out, just being home within 50 feet, 100 feet or so from where they live, man. And all of that atmosphere gone, gone. And then, but on Fifth Avenue, I admire some of the people that are still there. One of the homes there, out the guy I know, um, Orion, and his family. Man, that home is still there. It's still standing. It's still beautiful. It looks almost historic. It actually does look historic, and maybe even more so now because of the gentrification. Because he and his family. I don't know what the ins and outs. I just know him and his sister, and man, beautiful home. And right next to the home, the old church where we used to go when I was a little boy, it's still there, and it's a few little small business there. The Duncan Brothers Funeral Home is still there. It's a few other businesses, but you can see it, man. It's just like slowly. But on the end towards 13th Street and some of the other places, man, it is just so different. New people have moved in, and here's the interesting thing that I say about that. You know, when you're from an area, you know, you grew up in that area, your parents grew up in that area, your grandparents grew up in that very same area. It's very, very personal. It's very, very personal, and it holds so many memories, pretty much dear memories, you know. And you have like a overprotection in some kind of way, you know, for that, you know. And it's not just where any particular color of people live. You can go to any neighborhood, black, white, whatever, and if it's a place where, like I said, generations grew up and thrived there, lived there, whatever, and then you see that turn into either the opposite or moving very much in the direction of the opposite, it affects you in a personal way. It just does. And that being said, when somebody buys property in that area and make that their home, that's their home. They have a right to their home. And it really, in their mind, more likely than not, has nothing to do with the history of that neighborhood. The only thing that matters to them is this is our home now. And it can make the people who the ancestors of that area, it can make you feel some kind of way, to see people uh, who are not from there, and all of a sudden they're there and they're treating you almost like you don't belong there because they're there, you know. And it's almost like when you take a predominantly white neighborhood or all white neighborhood, and then people of color move in that neighborhood, it's the same thing. Oh goodness, where are they coming from? So it's not wrong to feel that way because everybody feels that way. Everybody has a type of territorial uh, emotion or whatever you might describe it as to what they consider as their home front. Their where they always felt that they belong, or where their heart will always remain. And that's very delicate. And I was just processing that riding through Fifth Avenue and then over in Porter's, and then I still have some family and friends that live out east, and it's starting to happen out east as well, slowly but surely, not as much or as fast as Fifth Avenue and Porter's, but it's almost like it's coming, and it made me think about what it must have been like for the Indians, the Native Americans, to have all of this country. And then one day they look out and they see these ships. According to history, correct me if I'm wrong, but Indians, when it came to water, they didn't have big ships. They had canoes. I don't even know if they had yacht-sized boats. I don't know. I just remember canoes. And just imagine standing on the shore and you see these large ships coming, and you're scratching your head wondering what that is. And then all of a sudden, some new people uh, come ashore and present themselves as friendly. They're just so different from you. Never seen people like this before, and uh, you're not really sure how to go forward in those moments, but they present themselves friendly. And so you're friendly back to them. And make a long story short, next thing you know, here's uh, there's some building that takes place, and then there's some pushback taking place. Settlements, that's the word I'm looking for. Some settlements, and then some more pushback, and there's domination going, and there's some more settlements, and then there's more pushback. What must that be like? There was a lot of murder, savage murder that happened back then. Nowadays, you have the money, you just buy the property, and you know, that's home. You didn't have to kill nobody. But from the heart of the matter, I don't know how much different it is, minus, let's just eliminate violence. From the heart of the matter, how much different is it when you see people come into your home territory and it turns into large numbers, and then all of a sudden, um, it ain't home no more. It's something else, and they call it gentrification. It's sad in a way, and it's positive in a way. There's a lot of different feelings go into that. But me personally, I really feel kind of sad to see some of the changes that were made. Um, in many cases, what we talk about, and how can I know if I'm not a part of it, but you have these builders and stuff, they come in and they buy this property and they offer uh, far less than half for it. That's what it's going to be worth as soon as they sell it. There's something that feels like a real con job about that. That's something that feels to me very crooked and wrong about that. You know, you go in and you see this property and you value it at a very low end, then you buy it, and as fast as you buy it, the price is double and getting ready to go beyond double. You know, that to me, something is wrong with that picture. And I guess the only way me personally I can kind of feel somewhat good about some of those situations is that hopefully somebody who really needed that money, I'm happy that they got it, and hopefully they were able to benefit from it. But once you sell your property, you still have to have somewhere to live. So, oh man, gentrification is something, man, and I can't say that I'm against it because I'm not. I feel like people, including me, we I should have the right to go and live in a neighborhood that I choose to live in. If I see a home and I like that neighborhood, I want to buy that home and live there, I should be able to do it. But we do know that people like me are not really wanted in some neighborhoods, and that ain't no different from what I'm talking about when it comes to some of our old neighborhoods, and we see some of these people coming in. And it's just maybe that's complicated. I don't know, but it's a trip. It's a real trip, and it. It's sad to see the neighborhood go from being what it used to be to something that you can't even begin to compare it to what it used to be, and then you start feeling like a complete outsider, and that's where all of your history is. So it's a win and it's a lose, and it's reality. What you think? Y'all tell me what you think. You know, um, I want to thank those of you for touching in. I see my cousin Deep. What's going on? Touching in with me this evening. Angel. I'm not sure who else over there is touching in with me. Uh, I appreciate y'all touching in. I'm here every Monday, somewhere around 7-ish, give or take an hour or two, depending on how my day went, what all I got going on. And I just talk about stuff. A lot of times I talk about, stuff that has to do with my writing journey. Um, and my, just my, what I've done with arts and entertainment. I talk about a lot of those different experiences. And then, like today, I stray away sometime into something else because I'm impacted by it. Was just so impacted by seeing the difference in the area that I know so well, that my uncles, matter of fact, my cousin Deep, his dad, that's my mother's brother, and I used to just look up to him. I admired him so much. I love him so much right now, even though he's been gone a long time. I just loved him, you know. And he was so cool. He was a nice dresser. He was what we call sporty. He was cool, and I can just remember him and his partner CJ. They would be talking about, man, we finna head out. We finna go have a good time. And I just remember, man, I could not wait to get old enough to go where they were going, and just uh, to see Fletcher's now. Anybody from the area, if you haven't gone through there lately, ride through there and see what Fletcher's look like. You know. Uh, anyway, I'm not gonna ramble anymore about that. I appreciate y'all touching in with me, and those of you, again, I am producing a comedy movie called She the Player. Hopefully, we're gonna release it this fall. We're having our first shoot coming up on the 10th of this month, so I'm really excited about it. And we're raising money to pay for the movie and all the different things that's involved with producing the movie. I have a GoFundMe account set up, and I appreciate your support in any amount. I will be most grateful. And me and my cast, I have a very, very talented cast. They're going to be so funny. They're already hilarious, but they're going to be so funny in this movie. You're going to love it. And I have a really good crew. My assistant director, I'm going to send a shout out there to Susan Antia right now. She is awesome. And Crunk Boy Films, our DP, we got Ego God hanging out with us on the technical side. We got Robin Gant, set coordinator. So I got a team this time, y'all. I have a team this time. So I've removed some of them hats. I still wear many hats, but I've removed some, and I got help. We got Jade, our fashion consultant, and man, so yeah, I got a team this time, and so our movie is going to be terrific. And for anybody that supports us, you're going to be proud of what we've done. So anyway, I'm gonna touch out now, y'all. Thanks again for touching in with me for another Monday of conversations with the Masterful Raconteur. I'm Florida's own Barry S. McLeod. Truly, people say I'm different. I'm different. I'm different, and I say I believe that. But guess what? I am the right kind of different. Y'all have a good evening. I'll let y'all soon.